What a Filipina really wants from you is your money, lifestyle, and citizenship in your country. After all, why else would she want to marry a foreign guy, let alone an older one, when there are so many Filipino guys waiting for them back home? In this video, I'll answer this very question of what Filipinas really want from you, based on my many conversations with both foreign men and Filipinas over the years, which has given me very good insight into this important topic. So to discover what I've found to be true, be sure to buckle up and stay with me here. If you're considering whether to date and possibly marry a Filipina, or perhaps you're already in a relationship with a Filipina and you've read many comments or heard people say that a Filipina is only seeking a foreign man for his money, lifestyle, or citizenship in your country, and this is playing on your mind, then I have some good news for you in this video. But just quickly, if you enjoy the video and the channel, then feel free to subscribe, comment and share the video. And remember to press the bell notification to receive all future videos. Now it certainly can be rather concerning when we hear that a Filipina is only looking at being with a foreigner to get what she can from him, and there are plenty of guys all over YouTube spouting these stereotypical comments. Firstly, we need to understand that there are good and not so good women in every country worldwide, and the Philippines is no exception. But we must also understand that the vast majority of Filipinas are very loyal, caring and loving women, with a drive and determination to have a happy family. I believe most of these stereotypical comments we hear are spread by men who are only repeating what they hear others say, and they have no real lived experience around this themselves. So in effect, one man's real story may be picked up by 1,000 other men who blindly take what the original man says as gospel. And so all these men are now regurgitating the same comment all over YouTube as if it was something that happened to them. I know this happens a lot because I'll often challenge such comments, only to find out many of these guys are only repeating what they've heard, and in some cases, these guys have never been to the Philippines, let alone dated a Filipina for any length of time. So what is it that a Filipina really wants from you? Well, for the purpose of this video, I'll assume that you've taken plenty of time, or will take plenty of time, to find a genuine Filipina so you can be reasonably sure her heart and mind is coming from a good place. None of us want to be taken for a ride, but we also must realise that no relationship anywhere in the world is ever guaranteed to be successful long term. So in our search to find a genuine Filipina, it's important to take our time, as I always say, to get to know what's truly in her heart. Once we believe we've found such a woman, I'll tell you that yes, she may want a better life, and she may even want to experience living in your country. But don't also assume that every Filipina wants to move away from her family and the only country she's ever known, as that would be a big mistake. Now, if I asked you if you're striving to create the best life you can, I'd assume you'd say yes. And I'd also assume that by wanting to be in a relationship with a Filipina, that she'd also be improving your life in some way, and perhaps even giving your life more meaning. So a genuine Filipina is not really all that different to you when it comes down to the real reasons of what she wants from you. And what I'm about to tell you here shouldn't come as a surprise. If we look at many Filipinas, we can see they are generally very happy, loyal, passionate, caring and loving women. They have many great qualities and traits that men from all over the world are looking for and are prepared to travel halfway across the world to find. This is not to mention many Filipinas are seen by foreign guys as very beautiful, and those that get to know a genuine Filipina will find their honesty and true commitment to their partner is something we may have never experienced before. So I'm being very honest in saying yes, she may very well want a different or better life. Perhaps a life she's dreamt about in the Philippines with a foreign man or in his country. She may also like the idea of no longer having to struggle for every cent or to worry where her next meal is coming from, and she may even be excited to experience living in a developed country. I say there's nothing wrong with a person who wants to fulfill their own ambitions, goals, and dreams in life. I'm sure in this way you also may have such or similar ambitions and dreams, one of which may be to find a younger, beautiful woman from the Philippines. Now, as long as that's not the only reason you want to be in a relationship with a Filipina, I say no problems. But we must want something more than the superficial if we expect to have a meaningful relationship for the long term. If we're looking for a fling, then sure, going solely on looks for a short time and not a long time is no problems. But I do assume that most of the guys that come to this channel are serious in finding not just a beautiful Filipina, but one who has more substance than just looks that will allow the relationship to grow over time. So you see, what a Filipina wants from you really isn't much different to that of what you want from her. At the top of her list will be to find a kind man with a very good heart, who's very loving and caring. A man who'll commit to her and the relationship and is prepared to work hard to build a happy home life together, either in the Philippines or overseas. You can be sure that these are the things at the top of her list, and money, a better life and citizenship in a foreign country will be further down the list. Yes, for sure she'd love to have security, as we all do, but so often when people hear the word security, they automatically assume money. Whilst it's true, money can help provide security, it's not the only way one can have security. Money and financial security don't always buy happiness, as I'm sure many of you are aware and may have unfortunately experienced. What's more important to a Filipina is to have a secure relationship and home life, because that may be something she's never really experienced before, or she may have had a very good home life with her family and now wants to create something similar with you. To have a relationship where she knows her man is not running around on her with other women and where he makes her his priority is something very important to a Filipina. To know the home they have is theirs and she'll never be left on the street wondering where she'll live is also a form of security that we all want. And anyone who's ever been homeless will know what I'm saying here. So what a Filipina really wants from you isn't overly complicated. And what she wants from you is the same or very similar as what you most likely want from her. As long as her only priority isn't money or only what you can give her in life, then there's no issue here. She's looking for many things that you and her as a couple can achieve together in your relationship and in life. And you can be sure she'll do all she can to make it work. When you find a genuine Filipina with such a mindset as I've mentioned here, then you'll experience a rather amazing relationship. What I've said here in this video is not from me following what others say, but from drawing on my own relationship over 8 years, as well as chatting to many men and Filipinas over the years, and really listening and understanding to what they say. So don't be put off by those that throw around stereotypical comments without any real knowledge or understanding, and take your time to find a genuine Filipina who wants to be with you for all the right reasons. And a great place to get started is with the Philippines' #1 dating site, where I have my affiliate link in the pinned comment and description of this video. If you're looking for more valuable information and tips around being in a relationship with a Filipina, then be sure to check out my extensive playlist on screen now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.